Hi everyone, welcome to North Star Knife Reviews. This is part 2 in my series on Scandinavian style knives. Today we are looking at another Mora, which we will be doing for at least one or two more episodes. Today, this is actually a knife that has been discontinued, but there is a replacement that Mora now makes for it. Not quite the same, but this will give you sort of an idea of what that one's like too. Okay. This knife I got, 8, 9 years ago. And as you can see, it says light my fire. Got a little flame on it. This was a collaboration that Mora did with Light My Fire. Now, Light My Fire is a company also out of Sweden, and they make various camping equipment, including a lot of fire steels. And my understanding, from what I've been able to glean online, is that they make the fire steels that are given out in the Swedish military. So that would suggest to me that they are pretty good. Now, this knife, as I said, was a collaboration between these two companies. Came out, I believe, in 2012, which is probably about when I got it. I know I got it 8, 9 years ago from REI, just because I thought it'd be kind of handy. And it definitely has that Mora styling. There is, as I said, this was discontinued. I believe it was about 2018, 2019. Light My Fire and Mora ended their collaboration. Both of those companies now make a version of this. Mora makes the companion Spark, which again is very similar to this, not quite the same. We'll talk about that. But that is their current knife that has a fire steel. Light My Fire also makes a version of it, or at least sells a version of it. Looks very much like the companion Spark, except that the sheath and the handle are made of recycled plastic and coconut husks, so for a more environmentally friendly, I suppose, presentation. But anyway, those are the ones you can still get. This is, I think, actually a very useful knife. I haven't used it a ton, but I have used it some. And as you can see, it's the standard, looks like a Mora, basically, right? And you've got the plastic sheath here, pretty standard fare for your Mora. Here is the knife. Now you can see back when this was made, it just says Mora, made in Sweden, stainless steel. The current Mora knives say Mora Kniv on them. This is 12C27, just like the stainless that used on the bulk of the Moras. In fact, probably all the Moras. And as you can see, it has in the handle a little fire steel. And see, it certainly does work. When you're done with it, you put it back in, put it there. The nice thing about it is you've got a steel and a knife all in one. And this has a 90-degree spine on it, so you can use it to strike the steel, or excuse me, the magnesium rod. And this is magnesium. It burns at about 3,000 degrees or so, they say. Not going to stick my finger in the way of the sparks to find out, but there you go. The handle on this is actually very similar to the companion handle, except for the having the steel in it, and pretty comfortable. It's kind of that rubberized plastic that they use on the companion. Now, there are a few cosmetic differences between this and the current Mora Spark. Most of them are, not all that consequential. They use a little bit thinner cord on here. It's tied in a knot rather than a plastic. The sheath is slightly different now. But the primary difference is the blade. This, well, first let's look at size. This comes in, right around 3 3/4, depending on exactly where you measure it. The Mora Companion is a little bit larger than this, and the Mora Craftline series, the basic, is a little smaller than this. So this doesn't match up exactly with knives that are made now. And if you get the Companion Spark, you're going to get a little bit longer blade. But the other primary difference, as you can see, is the grind. Now, the Companion Spark, like the Companion, has a full Scandi grind. This knife, as you can see, has a compound grind. You've got a Scandi grind, a true Scandi grind up to here. Then from there forward, you also have this secondary grinding on here that thins out the blade. As I said, the Companion Spark is a straight Scandi grind, as is the current Light My Fire. So this is only available on this kind of grind is only available now on the Eldris, which we'll be looking at, I believe, next time, and the Cansbull both have a grind similar to this. But this has been doing it for about 8 or 9 years. And what this does for you is you have the Scandi grind for bushcraft tasks, for fire stick, that sort of thing. But then thinning it out here makes it a bit more slicey at the end, so it's a little bit better for food prep. Now again, if you're looking for more straightforward bushcraft usage, then the Companion Spark is probably your better option. But if you want a little more all-around kind of knife, you may be able to find these on eBay. I looked at some retailers just to see, and nobody seems to have them in stock anymore. I think they've probably been sold out for a while. But you might be able to find one on eBay. The Spark, Companion Spark runs about $30. The Light My Fire version is about $40. I don't know what this costs because it was, several years ago. I'm gonna guess it probably cost me 20 to 25, somewhere in there. If you're looking for something that might be just a good, useful knife for outdoor, for camping, might not be able to get this exact knife, but the Spark would be the closest thing. All right, hope you found this interesting. Next time we're gonna take a look at the Eldris, and then pretty soon we'll be starting to move into the sort of traditional Scandinavian knives. Y'all have a good day, and I'll catch you next time.